In this video, we are talking about how to balance and unify masculine and feminine energies inside us. Hi, I'm Kiran and welcome to my channel where I talk about mindfulness, emotional resilience, and spirituality. And if this is something that you're interested in, then please subscribe. Now, regardless of the gender that you are in, all of us have masculine and feminine energies inside us. The masculine is the doing part where we go out into the world, we take actions, and the feminine is the being part in us where we intuitively know which path to take, where we are connected with our emotions, with our feelings, and with our creativity. In most humans, these two energies, masculine and feminine, are not in balance. Like I was born and raised in South Asia, and growing up, I lived in a highly competitive environment. And so it was no surprise that my overall approach to life and my thinking was highly masculine. And this is something that I wasn't even aware of until I started meditation. Because I approached meditation with a typical alpha male mentality. In those initial years, I would meditate round the clock thinking that's how I was going to get ahead, much like school. And it never dawned on me, not even once, that without integrating these higher energies, without emotional clearing, I could only go so far. But then what you don't know, you don't know. Thankfully, my breakthrough in my thinking and hence my meditation practice came in form of journaling. Because as I started writing about things that weighed heavy on my heart, that made me unhappy and even angry, it was for the first time that I started becoming present to my emotions. Where before I would say, oh, I feel angry, now it was like, okay, this thing and this situation and this person makes me really angry. Now, as I started digging my emotions, what I noticed was that these repressed emotions brought with them repressed pain. And as humans, most of us don't want to feel that pain because those challenging emotions, for the most part, usually make us feel sad. And who wants to be sad in this day of social media? But if there's anything that I had learned from my spiritual teachings, it was that running away from this pain is only going to perpetuate it. Like there were so many times that I wanted to run away from these repressed emotions and the emotional pain because it made me feel raw, it made me feel exposed, even vulnerable. But I also knew that either I address this pain now or I would have to do it at a later point in my life. And to be quite honest, I was so done with it that I was like, let's just deal with it. And as they say, if you can feel it, you can heal it. Another blessing of journaling was that it got me present to my emotional triggers. And these triggers not only shed light on my limited beliefs, but also on which energies, as in masculine or feminine, that I needed to balance in myself. And after many months of consistent journaling, surprisingly, what I noticed was that the more I acknowledged my emotions in my journal, the more okay I became with being vulnerable with myself and with other people. Like for the first time, I felt that I could let go of control, that I could trust the unknown if only a teeny tiny bit. Now, majority of us struggle with embodying feminine energies because we live in a very masculine world where the focus is more on productivity rather than guidance, where we value doing part more than the being part, and where competition is given more importance than nurture and care. Like the other day, I was on YouTube and just out of curiosity, I said, let's do a search on how to improve productivity or how to 10x your productivity. And I got about 3 million results. In contrast, when I did a search on how to center yourself, I got about 1 million results. And in a way, at some level, this also showed me what we value more in our life. Now, our culture and our family also plays an integral part in developing these gender roles. So, as an example, young boys are encouraged to toughen up, to be competitive, So, in general, they are nudged to embody these highly masculine traits at the expense of denying feminine energies. And so, is it any surprise that a lot of men find it hard to express and verbalize their emotions? Similarly, girls are encouraged to look good, to dress up, to not get angry, to be nice to everyone. And so when they grow up, they think that this is what it means to be a woman. And so when men and women come together in relationships, in marriages, they perpetuate this imbalance of energy. Because no one in our life shows us what it means to be balanced in your masculine and feminine energies inside yourself. So in 2018, I came across an article on the law of gender, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. And I remember this article made a profound impact on me. And the main essence of this article was that each of us hold a male and a female principle inside us. And our job as ascending humans is to bring the polarity of forces, that is, male and female, into neutrality, into wholeness, and into union. Now, I remember thinking about this article for days at end. And then one day it dawned on me, why not write a letter from my inner male to inner female and vice versa, and see what comes of it. And so I opened my journal and I started contemplating on these energies. And then it dawned on me that my relationship with my inner male is identical to the relationship I have with men in my life. And what is that relationship? Well, there is no relationship, because until that point, my thoughts would usually go like, I don't trust men, I can't be myself around men, men won't be there for me, and on and on. And in writing these letters, it dawned on me for the first time that in order to create balanced, beautiful, harmonious relationship with men in my life, I first needed to become friends with my inner male. Now, in learning to balance masculine and feminine energies inside me, what I learned was that it meant acting from a place of direction and inner guidance rather than randomly taking actions. It means unifying your logic with your intuition. And it also means being decisive while having compassion for yourself and other people. And it was this inner balance, this inner union that gave me enough strength, enough courage to leave behind my decade-long career in IT and start anew. Now, one side effect of balancing your masculine and feminine energies is that it just might skyrocket your career. Why do I say that? Recently, I came across many articles on Forbes and other career portals that discussed what are the topmost skills that employers will be looking for in 2020 and beyond. Any guesses which skills top the list? Well, creativity and EQ. Both are the hallmarks of feminine energies. And of course, there are many paths to honing creativity, to increasing your EQ. And in my experience, learning to balance your masculine and feminine energies is one of the quickest, perhaps the most effective way to get there. Now, the key to balancing masculine and feminine energies is that you identify the less dominant, the less visible component and communicate with it. So say you are very masculine in your overall energy, then simple exercises like meditation, like drawing, like painting, like gardening can help cultivate those feminine energies. And of course, these are just few examples, few activities that you can engage in. But the important thing is engaging in activities that you genuinely enjoy and that help you just be. That is something you want to consider doing more of. Now, in the description below, I've put together a list, traits of what balanced and toxic masculine and feminine energies look like. So feel free to download and work with that list. Sometimes just knowing what behaviors you might be stuck in helps move the energy. In the description below, I have also put a link to few videos on how to improve your creativity. Again, the principle of feminine energies. And if this is something that you are interested in, so feel free to check those out. In the end, I will leave you with this. As you start to balance these masculine and feminine energies, you will find yourself going with the flow. You will know when to pause and when to take actions. And your relationships will become a place of ultimate comfort because that's who you are at your core. I hope these suggestions were helpful. As always, please only take what resonates, discard the rest. If you have any questions on the video, let me know in the comments below. I would love to answer them, support you in any way. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you next Tuesday with a new video. Until then, have a beautiful rest of the week.